Hi everyone, I'm Holly and I am the maker and doer of all the things here at Missouri River Soap. And today I'm kicking off holiday soap making. It's so very exciting and I'm going to start with Holly Jolly. Now I've made Holly Jolly many times before, but I am using a new scent this year. The scent that I was using is no longer available. So I originally was using sparkling poinsettias from, it was Rustic Essentials, and they discontinued it. And so Jennifer at Be Scented did go ahead and duplicate it, and I used that for several years, but it is no longer available. So I am using a brand new scent this year. I am using Berry and Balsam. I showed this on a video. To me it was not that long ago, but for you it may be down the road a little bit. But it was my Nurture Handmade unboxing and must-haves. Alright, so into my base oils, I am going to be adding the lye solution. My base oils are a mixture of olive, coconut, castor. We have cocoa butter, mango butter, shea butter, and some apricot kernel oil. That's what I'm loving until cocoa decides to come back down into a reasonable range. This is what I'm using. My lye solution is reduced today to accommodate sodium lactate, coconut milk, and also I have reduced it. What am I doing? I'm getting ahead of myself. I got excited. I was getting excited telling you about stuff. I actually need to add in my coconut milk first. So I'm going to add in my coconut milk. Go ahead and get that blended in. I like to blend it in well prior to the lye solution. Alright, now we'll finish with the lye solution. It is reduced in addition because I'm using titanium dioxide and I am hoping to avoid the crackles. So I've reduced the water quite a bit. Hopefully the whole thing plays nicely and we're happy. Again, this is a new fragrance. Alright, so now I'm going to bring it to emulsification. My oils are at room temperature as well as my lye solution. When I soap cool, sometimes the mixture can get a little bit grainy looking. I'm going to go ahead and split it because I will be stick blending it more, and I find that that just works out with this recipe really well. I'm going to be pouring out for the red and the green 1,000 mLs. I went back and watched some of my old videos to see what I wanted to do this time. Into the main pot. I didn't mean to spill it out there. I'm putting in some titanium dioxide mixed in water. And then in these pitchers, we're going to put in red and green, and I completely forgot to do what I was supposed to do, and that was pour some off for a red. I was like, remember that, remember that. I think I got so wrapped up when trying to remember all the things that I started forgetting things. That should be more than enough for some red. Alright, I want to mix in some reddish into this. It's not going to be a bright, bright red. It's going to be more of a magenta-y pink, but that's kind of what I was going for this year. Hopefully now I have enough left for this base. Now this color is my Red Obsession with a little bit of rum punch and a little bit of marmalade orange in it to warm it up just a bit. Let's mix that up. I'm really hoping that this is going to be dark. Oh yeah, that should be still fine. Like I said, this could venture to a pink a little bit this time. I'm all right with it because my leaves didn't turn out as dark as I wanted them this year, but I didn't want to remake them, and they're still beautiful. All right, so this is my green. I've mixed, let's see, Green Vibrance and Jade and a little Alpine and a little Savage. These are all Nurture Handmade colors, and I am an affiliate, so check out the link. And if you purchase with my link, I might get a little bit of extra little income from that. No extra cost to you, but benefits my channel. So isn't that beautiful? I love it. The graininess is gone now, so that's great. I was recently soaping a little bit warmer and it didn't do the little grainy thing, and I was kind of bummed out because it accelerated too much in all of my dilly-daddling. This is back to kind of that cool time of year. All right, so here's hoping that this goes really well. This fragrance is supposed to be very easygoing. I feel like I read that maybe it even reverse trace a little bit. I don't remember. And then I have a little bigger to go in to this pot. That'll help thin that out just a little bit. Why doesn't everything just leave here? All right, so let's blend this up. Very, very nice. Go ahead and blend this little cup because I also want it to get moving along. I don't want to have to wait too long. So I pre-make my leaves, but I do pipe the berries at the end on the top. All right, so I have my mold here, and I'm going a little bit smaller for starters because this is a new fragrance and I just didn't want it to go weird on me. And then I, wasted everything. So I thought I would just go ahead and make a smaller batch, see how it goes, and then I could just lickety-split whip out another if needed. All right, so I'm actually going to do an in-the-pot swirl for this one this year. Do you like that I color matched my spatulas? Because I do like that. All right, one on one side. So beautiful. This fragrance is playing very nicely. Smells amazing. I think it'll be a really good one for Holly Jolly. It's just berry and festive, little woodsy, happy. So good. On the other side, of course, red and green make brown, so we've got to be careful here because we don't want these to blend too much. I feel confident that it's thick enough that it won't muddy up as it pours in. I do like adding just a little bit in at the bottom. I feel like that always looks very nice. All right, here goes. It's so beautiful coming out of the pot. Look at that. Oh, gorgeous. Beautiful. I did debate having a white on the top, but I do like it when you can still see the color underneath the leaves. I think it's really pretty. You definitely know what's happening. This fragrance is spectacular. Look how easy it was. Of course, like I said, I soaked a little bit cooler. I do see a little bit of brownage. I'm not concerned about that. I feel like it's gonna be all right. And so I just want to smooth out the little bits that I put on the top. Just barely touching the surface so I don't change it too much. So here are my holly leaves, and I assume I will put in a clip of the holly leaves making at some point in this video. It is just a simple leaf tip. I need to space them out enough that I can pipe the berries. These are just little leaves, are just perfection. They turned out so cute. I have 2 full trays still of them. Let's see. I have to think of them being cut into bars. So I need to go close enough that every bar has berries and leaves. Alright, I think I'm going to go with that for the leaves. It's still rather soft. You can maybe see how this has dulled, and that's part of why it's looking brown. Alright, so it's still rather thin, but not just flowing out. So I'm going to get started on the piping. Whoa, maybe it is just flowing out still. Let me see. I'll try it on the end. That's great. Flowing out a little bit too much, but it's making, yeah. Whoa! That's the problem. That's why I don't like piping. It takes forever. So I'm trying to see where I'm supposed to go, because it is working as long as I'm careful. I like them to just kind of flow out and be like just a nice little berry without it having too much of a funky top. Because sometimes they make these little, you know, almost looks like a chocolate chip. That's just the way it is. I debated using a bottle and then ultimately voted against it, but I bet a bottle would actually work very nicely. I use a bottle to do embeds a lot, but I usually want it to be really thin, and so I wasn't sure how it was going to work. A lot of times I'll come by once starting to like solidify a little bit, and I'll kind of knock those tips off of the berries. Not knock them off, but kind of push them down so that they're just a little bit more rounded. But you know what? They're just cute too, so 'tis fine. It feels so weird. You know, we make Christmas soap so early, and so it's goofy when you're like, oh, it is just now getting to be fall, but yay, Christmas. But when you watch this, it should be feeling more of a Christmassy season. I do like it when it's just a little bit thinner than this, so it's just a matter of catching it at the right time, that it won't just like stream out. Oh, I missed some. Hello. Isn't it just as cute as could be? Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, I think I got all of the leaves. So now I'm going to just go in. Look, I still have most of the soap left. So now I'm just going to go in and put in more of the berries just here and there. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Look how cute that is. I'm going to put on some of my Mystic Gold glitter, because this just needs glitter, just the way it is. Alright, so here we have this year's Holly Jolly soap. I think it turned out oh so cute, and I cannot wait to cut into it. I'm going to spritz this with a high percentage alcohol to help prevent ash, and cover it up and let it gel and do its thing, and I will be back to cut it in a couple of days my time, so I'll see you then. Okay, so it is time to look at the Holly Jolly soap, and I have not even peeked, so we're going to see it together for the first time. It looks very pretty. I did stew and stew and stew about it, that it was going to be, I don't know, muddled and brown. I don't feel that way right now, but we're just gonna have to see what it looks like inside. It is very pretty. That looks good on that side. I have a little bit of ash on some of the berries. I did spray, but it didn't do a lot of good. So, I mean, it's looking pretty nice. I do see a little bit of, come on now, brown where the colors blended up a bit. So here's just hoping, because sometimes the edges can be more so. So I'll grab my splitter. So I have my splitter here from Smith Creek Studios. And just looking at this, it is looking a little bit mucky. Here's hoping the inside looks great. The good news is I have a lot of holly left, so I could potentially make another batch soon. Let's see if I go in just a bit more. Always slice off an edge. I'm nervous. Oh wow. So far that's looking pretty good. Okay. Definitely more red vibes in this loaf than I was anticipating. So I cut my loaves at, I'm kind of grabbing those berries a little funny. Oh wow. Look at this loaf. Look at that. Isn't that neat? There's a lot of color in there, my goodness. So I got to thinking that I should have saved more of the kind of whitish color to go on the top. But overall, I think it's going to be fine. I don't think the individual bars will be too weird looking. Okay, so yeah, we've got some more green on this side. Hopefully, I mean, this side of the loaf has a lot of red, so this one has a lot of green. This one does have a lot of red. Let's go ahead and cut a loaf. This is going to be the full size, and the other will be for the samplers. Okay, here's hoping. I think it's all right. It smells so good. So look at it. Isn't that pretty? That's looking very good so far, isn't it? All right, here's a bar. Well, that's very pretty. The nice swirl. I really like it. It's very fun. It's very holly jolly. Let's see. Nope, what's the other way? Let's see what the ends look like. So this one is very pretty with its swirl. It's a little bit more plain on the back side. Let's look at another one here. Well, I think those colors turned out quite nice, actually. It's very pretty. The holly looks super fun and nice. All right. I like it. It's like so. All right, we do need to clean off the wires. I am missing my regular Holly Jolly fragrance. I would have loved that fragrance. It's definitely giving more berry vibes, which is fine. Holly and berries, of course. Now, for the next loaf, I'm cutting for my samplers, but I thought we might like to see what it looks like because the one side's a little bit more green. So let's see if it looks like this side. So I have my single cutter here from Bud's Wood Shop, and I do have it set for 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to cut off a little off the end. let's see what this one is looking like. So this one has a hint of muddiness in it. Definitely picking it up. It's a little bit smeary looking. That's the problem with red and green. It can be a hard one to deal with. I've made it several different ways. All right, here we go. This looks a lot better again. Very nice, that'll work. That will be all right. I really need to clean off these wires with every single cut. Alright, so here we have the making and cutting of Holly Jolly soap. It does have the new fragrance this year. I hope that you will absolutely love it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I love chatting with you. My products are available at moriversoap.com. And be sure to check out the video description for our social media links and more information. Thank you for watching. Bye.